everybody, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we are going to be doing another stud or dud video to put into our series to see if a high-end product or just a product in general is worth the money, worth the hype. So today we're going to be talking about the Mecier translucent powder. This has been around for quite some time, but I could never get myself to spend the money on a translucent powder, mainly just because I use translucent powder for setting under my eyes, aka baking, and I just couldn't bring myself to spend a good chunk of money on a powder that I'm literally going to be caking under my face and wasting. When you're baking, you truly do waste a lot of product, so I could just never get myself to buy this product, but I did end up having it sent to me. I am comparing this to the Coty Airspun translucent powder that you can find at Walmart. So I put the Coty Airspun on the right side of my face and the Mecier on this side of my face. I've had it on for about 4 hours now, so I feel like I kind of have a good wear test. I have been wearing the Coty Airspun for over a year now, and this is the same container that I have. It goes nowhere. And then this one, I believe there's not too much of a difference. The Coty Airspun, oh, there is a giant difference. There's a giant price difference and a giant size difference in these. So for $5.97 you are getting 2.3 ounces, and then for $38 you are getting 1 ounce, 29 grams, 65 grams. So there is quite a difference. You can definitely tell by the size. This one is definitely a lot heavier, but that has to do with the packaging than this one is. This one obviously looks a lot cleaner. The packaging's a lot more nice. This is kind of more bright, floral, almost kiddish to me, almost kind of like something that'll speak to like the teenage age. So like I said, I've had it on for about 4 hours now, and I have also been wearing the Coty Airspun for over a year now, so I already really know how the Coty Airspun powder works. So the pros and cons, first off, it smells like grandma. It smells like baby powder. It smells like your grandma. It smells terrible. I'm talking like a lot of times a lot of people will not use this product mainly because of the scent. Gotten over the smell, I can get over a smell of anything. My biggest problem with this is when you open it, it literally goes everywhere. It probably has about 15 little holes in here that that kick out the product from the actual like holder. Literally, y'all, this gets everywhere. Whenever you close it, it doesn't even matter if you don't use it. It gets everywhere. If you do your makeup in bed like I do, it literally gets all over your bed. It looks like there's like cocaine all over your bed, honestly. But it does last a very long time. Sometimes if you cake it up a little bit too much under your eye when you're baking, it will stick to your skin. I have found that sometimes if I go in a little bit too hard with baking, it literally does sit there and it does soak into the skin a little bit more than I want it to. So I do kind of have to go light-handed with this when I'm baking. But if you ever do have that issue, I just spray setting spray on top and it kind of just like cancels all of that out. Now, I have found even though it isn't as thick as the Mecier powder is, the Mecier covered up so much more. Even though it is just a translucent powder, it is a loose setting powder. It literally covered the bags on this side of my face, and this side of my face you could still see the bag. I didn't really notice it at first until I was in my car looking at my makeup, and literally you just couldn't see the bag on this side of the face and you could still see it. I didn't use color corrector today. I didn't use concealer. I literally just put down my foundation, so I could really see how well this foundation did do. So like I said, that one has about 15 holes. This one probably has about the same amount, but it doesn't kick out as much at all. Why? I truly don't know. I'm not an expert at that, but this definitely has a pro over that. The fact that A, it doesn't smell like grandma's house, B, it doesn't have a lot of kickback, and honestly, when you're pouring it out, you don't get a lot at one time. You kind of really have to sit there and be, you know, diligent about getting all the product out that you want. For those of you who have dry skin like I do, the main dry patches I have are down here on my chin due to my acne medication, so there's not really a huge difference. Obviously, it's gonna cling to my dry spots. It happens like that no matter what kind of powder you use, no matter what foundation. So it did cling to my dry spots, but it's almost not as noticeable. When I wear my Rimmel powder or any other kind of drugstore powder, it clings to it, but it almost like makes it look patchier than it is. Like, I'm not talking it just sits on top. Like, it actually clings to the dryness and it creates flakes. There are flakes on my face right here, but they aren't as big or as noticeable as they normally are. So that is definitely a pro for me right now, just because my skin is so dry due to my acne medication, the weather change, hot and cold every other day, the wind, everything like that. So that is definitely a plus for me with this product, is the fact that it does not hang on to my skin as much. I did bake under my eye with it as long as I did set each side of the face with it just with my beauty blender. I don't really see much of a difference when it comes to actually setting the face down. The only real difference I've noticed is the Laura Mercier does have a lot more coverage in it. Even though this Coty Airspun one is translucent extra coverage, I found that the Laura Mercier just has a little bit more coverage to it, which is actually quite shocking to me. Again, just because it is a setting colorless translucent powder. I'm not really sure what it is, but that is definitely a pro for me since I do like a full coverage face. I did chisel out my contour with it. There wasn't really anything special with that. Bronzer went down the same, highlight went down the same, so everything pretty much went down the exact same, but I really do think I have to say that this Laura Mercier powder is a stud. I definitely do think it is worth your money. If you are somebody who is on a budget, by no means do you need to go out and buy it. The Coty Airspun pretty much does the exact same thing, but you're not going to get as much coverage. It smells terrible and it's messy, but it gets the job done, and I mean, it lasts forever. You're getting over twice as much in this product for $6 compared to that, which is $38. So if you are somebody who is on a budget, by no means do you need to go out and get this powder, but now that I have reviewed it, I have worn it, and I have fallen in love with it, which is something so crazy. I never ever thought I would own this powder, so it is just crazy to me that I have fallen in love with it. But if you're somebody who can splurge and get this powder, I would highly suggest it. Even if you don't do baking or anything like that, I think it would just be a really great everyday setting powder. So I hope this video was a great comparison of these two for you guys. If you want to purchase either of these products, I will leave links for both of them down below. If you guys like these Stud or Dud series comparing products, seeing if they're worth this money, please give this video a big thumbs up. If you have not subscribed already, please do, and turn on my notification bell so you get notified whenever I upload videos. Remember to leave comments, questions, concerns, love, hate, whatever you want to do down in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!